When we talk about the young superstars in the league, who do we think of first? Caleb Williams, Jay Hassan, Will Anderson, and Christian Gonzalez, among others. These players have been superstars out the gate and have already made their mark in the NFL in their short careers. However, what about those players that had superstar expectations but didn't meet them? Today, I wanted to talk about players that I thought were going to be superstars, but for one reason or another, it hasn't worked out for them. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Anthony Richardson first comes to mind when I think of players that should have been stars in the NFL. The hype on AR was unreal, and I, among others, had truly believed that he was going to be the next Colts legend. He had and still has all the tools to become one of the best talents the league has ever seen. His combination of speed, rushing ability, strength, and throwing power was unparalleled. I wanted to see him go to Carolina to become Cam's successor. However, just 3 years into the league, he has been a bust and is now the backup quarterback in Indy. He had showed great promise in his rookie season when he played on the ground and in the air as he made some incredible plays. However, him being injured, leaving the game, or just being straight up inaccurate has given him the bust label. He only has played 17 games in 3 seasons and has thrown 11 touchdowns, 13 picks. Unless something drastic happens with him getting a change of scenery and a new opportunity, he will go down as one of the biggest busts in NFL history. Despite that, he's only 24 years old, and I still believe he can develop if he has a situation for himself. Chase Young was one of the most hyped edge prospects of the past decade. His ability to dominate the field mixed with his freak athletic ability had many fans raving about his potential. On top of coming out of Ohio State right after the Bosa brothers, the hype was out of this world, and we thought we just saw the future of both positions go back-to-back in the 2020 draft class with Young and Burrow. Things even started out very well for Young as he won Defensive Rookie of the Year, but in the next 2 years he played a combined 12 games total. Then when he was finally healthy in 2023, he wasn't really the same until he played very well when he was traded to the Niners. Now, after being with the Saints the past 2 years, he quietly has been very solid for them. Injuries definitely slowed down his development and his athletic ability that he once had. When he was put in great situations like the Niners, he played well and seemed to be living up to his potential. Has Chase Young been a complete bust? No. But he has been disappointing relative to our expectations. I thought he was going to be the best edge rusher in the league. Young was supposed to be a dominant player and a superstar in the league that would be well onto a Hall of Fame path right now. And instead, he's a great player to his credit, but it's just that, and that's why he's on this list. DeAndre Swift tricked me as I thought he was going to be a great running back in the league. I'd always believed that the next year would be the year that we would break out into one of the best running backs in the league, and ironically, I thought he would be something similar to Gibbs in the league. He was a good receiving back and was overrated by fantasy, but his vision on the ground kept him being from an elite or even a great player. After frustrating seasons on the Lions, he eventually found himself on the Eagles, where he did make a Pro Bowl as he finally rushed over for 1,000 yards. However, it was short-lived as the next season he went back to earth with the Bears, and last year he was honestly pretty decent. His small stature has also contributed to him not being successful in the league as I thought he was going to be. Swift has been a solid, serviceable back in the league, but he's not even close to the type of offensive weapon I imagined for him to be in the NFL. Jerry Jeudy had so much hype heading into the 2020 draft, as I believed he would be the best receiver in that class in the league. He was the best route runner in the draft that had translated to the NFL. He had a solid rookie season, got hurt, and then had 3 mediocre seasons right after that. The talent was there for Jeudy. He has all the skills and the technicalities to be one of the best receivers in the league. He was just held back by his drops and lack of consistency. He was also second fiddle to Courtland Sutton his entire Broncos tenure, and being part of the Russell Wilson fiasco in Denver didn't help either. It wasn't until 2 years ago when he got traded to the Browns that it looked like he was finally breaking out to the star I thought he was going to be. In 2024, he was one of the best receivers in the league as he went for over 1,200 yards and 90 receptions, earning his first Pro Bowl appearance at just 25. However, last season he fell off completely, and he was healthy. Maybe that has to do with the complete mess at quarterback, but still, he cut his production in half. Jeudy is ideally a great number 2 in the league, and is one of the best technically sound receivers as well. However, the expectation for him to be the best receiver in the league, or even a dominant one, has not gone well for him. Gregory Rousseau was a complete athletic freak coming out of Miami in 2021. Standing at 6'6" with all that power and bend was mesmerizing for NFL fans. Personally, I felt like I was a massive fan of him and was surprised that he fell to the Bills at that time. However, in his 5-year career, he has never recorded more than 10 sacks in a season. He's a good run defender, but his pass rushing skill set hasn't translated in the NFL. He's just been a second fiddle guy at best and a rotational player at worst. He has been downright atrocious, but I wouldn't necessarily he's always been good. He has been solid, and that's about it. At 26, entering his late 20s, there is little room for a complete breakout season, but I always think about how much potential he had to become a dominant edge rusher for years to come. Cam Taylor-Britt is a complete freak athlete at the cornerback position and looked to be a lockdown corner in the NFL. 4 years in, and he's been good, not great. He plays hard and is sticky in man coverage, but he just can't tackle. Britt has all the tools to be great at the position, but has just been solid to good in his first 3 years. He missed a majority of last season with injury as well. I expected him to be one of the best corners in the league, where he was able to lock down an entire side of the field. However, injury concerns and lack of tackling ability has held him back. It also doesn't help that he has also been part of the worst defenses we've seen in recent memory. Taylor-Britt has been solid, but he's not the number 1 corner, top 5 corner in the league that I thought he would be. Xavier Worthy was hyped to be the next great thing. After breaking the 40-time record in 2024 and being drafted by the Chiefs, the hype for him was crazy. I, among others, thought that he was the steal of the draft, and the Tyreek Hill comparisons ran rampant in that offseason and even early on to his career. His rookie season was decent as he played well in the playoffs, however last season was a disappointment. He got injured and missed a bit of the season, and his production went down as well. He was not even the dominant speed that we all thought he would be in the league. With Mahomes out for part of next season, how will Worthy hold up? Can he continue to ball while he waits for Mahomes, and can his speed finally translate to deep ball bombs instead of trick plays behind the backfield? His career is still early on, but he definitely hasn't set the league on fire with his blazing speed that myself and others thought he would do. These players, with the exception of Anthony Richardson, haven't been complete busts in their career. They have shown to be good or even great players who had some Pro Bowl level seasons. However, the expectations I had or others had of them being transcendent league-defining players just hasn't been there, as there have only been a few superstars in the league, hence the name Superstar. Regardless, this won't stop us from dubbing that title to players we believe will change the game, and maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video another day. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.